is happening, everybody? I'm Sean McLaughlin, Options Sean on Twitter. This is the All-Star Options Jam session for November 16, 2023. This is where we review anything notable in the trades that we talk about in All-Star Options. We talk about trades that we've exited either at a profit or a loss. We talk about any stops that we need to update. And we briefly touch upon new trades that we've put on in the past week. But before we get into any of that, I have to drop the old disclaimer, of course, to make the lawyers happy, that let you know that everything we do here is for educational purposes only. We're showing you what we're doing with our money, and we hope that you learn something from following the process. All right, so as I always do, I like to start at a high level, talk about what's going on in the big picture. You can see here the S&P 500 chart. Boy, oh boy, have we had quite a rally off of the October 27 lows. When we spoke this time last week, I believe we were right here, right near the top of this first leg. We kind of churned sideways for a little bit, and I was out there on the old Twitter box, the cool kids call it X now, saying that the pain trade from here is higher. And boy, sometimes you get lucky. I don't know if I was lucky, but I definitely felt like the pain trade was definitely higher, and the market has agreed with me. We're churning higher still. If anyone who's bearish or holding on to bearish positions, they're in a world of hurt right now, as the S&P does not show any signs of really trying to have any meaningful pullback. Doesn't mean it can't happen. It could happen this afternoon. Who knows? But right now, the pain trade is definitely higher for the broader stock market. And that obviously plays out here in the volatility index, the VIX. We touched some new multi-month lows this week. The fear is coming out of the market. So that's the big picture here. Now let's talk about one trade. We only have one exit this week, and it's a good exit. Tesla. This was a quick trade. I may go on to regret this one. We'll see. We'll see. Regret it because I may have gotten out too early, but I had a plan and I'm following the plan. We bought February 300 strike calls back on November 3rd, right in here. We were feeling like we might have been a little early when it was pulling back, but it eventually ripped in our favor. And yesterday we got out at double what we paid. We bought these calls for 375, right? Yeah, 375, 350. And the plan was, simple plan was, we wanted to get out at a double. So whatever we paid, we wanted to get out at a double. And we got that yesterday. So we are out of Tesla. Not even 2 weeks we were in that trade. I might regret this one if this thing continues ripping higher. But hey, the plan was the plan. I wanted to do a quick tactical hit. And we got what we wanted. So congrats to any of you who may have followed along with that trade. The other thing we have to talk about is an updated stop in DraftKings. Two things to note about DraftKings. Number one, we are in December 35 calls. We've been in these December 35 calls since the end of June. You can see right here. The calls are a bit in the money, not a bit. They're in the money, not a lot. We're trading around 36, around 37 bucks right now, DraftKings. We're long the December 35 calls. So I've dragged my stop loss up to 32, a little bit closer than normal, but that's because we're starting to approach expiration. Now, once we get to December 1st, and we'll talk about this in a couple of weeks, but once we get to December 1st, I'm going to be much more aggressive in trailing my stop loss level. But we're starting to run out of time with these calls. So DraftKings, if it's going to move, it needs to start moving soon for us to really make some profits. We're sitting on some gains here, not big gains, but DraftKings is something we're paying attention to. But I updated my stop to 32. I don't leave a resting order to close the trade at 32, as you guys know. If we see a closing price below 32, then I'll look to exit the position early on the next trading day when the volatility or when the volume comes into those options. And like I said, once we get into December 1st, then we'll start trailing, aggressively trailing a stop. I like to do a 3 to 5 day low. I like to use a 3 to 5 day low as my trailing level. I use a little discretion there. But DraftKings, that's it right now. That's where we're at right now. This is a short jam session this week. Don't have a whole lot to talk about because we only had one exit. We got one stop. And then we've got 3 new trades that we've put on, which this will be a little different than jam sessions of late. All 3 trades we've put on this week since we last spoke, these are all directional bets. We had about a 3-month period where all I really wanted to do was delta neutral credit spread trades. And those were the right trades for the sloppy market that we were in. But now the bull market feels like it's starting to reassert itself. We're getting paid to take some more risk. So we've put on some directional bets. We put one on in Coinbase. We put one on in Progressive Corp, PGR. And we put one on in Eli Lilly, ticker LLY. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, not all of these are bullish trades. One of them might be a bearish trade. You think you can guess which one? Here's that coin chart. Here's that progressive chart. Here's that Eli Lilly chart. Which one do you think I'm bearish on? Well, if you want the details on those trades, head to allstarcharts.com. Head to the members section, go to the options section, and you'll find All Star Options trades, all the full trade plans there. We talk about why we're getting in, how we're getting in, what strategy we're using, what we're paying, where we're taking profits, and where we're cutting losses. All that is fully fleshed out for every trade that we put on, all found in All Star Options. If you don't have access to that, please hit us at this email address right here, info@allstarcharts.com, and we would love to get you involved. All right, folks, quick one this week. Easy peasy. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. We'll talk again next Thursday. Until then, trade them well. I'll see you next time.